Hey, I'm James Dean with AC3 Media, and today is a very special day. We have a lot of first responder units out here, and joining me today is Teresa Hayden. Ms. Hayden, thanks for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about what today is?
Yeah, today is a day to remember 9/11, which is a day of national service and remembrance. So we decided this year to connect it also with the Prepare-a-thon, the National Prepare-a-thon. In the event of a disaster, how should you respond in that event? How does our community service workers respond? So we wanted to bring out our local community service workers, have the students be able to come out, talk to them, see the equipment, and say thank you for their service to our community. And we are really excited. We have so many individuals from fire, emergency management, to police, first responders, just multitudes from our community.
Well, I see a lot of the vehicles out here. How many departments or how many agencies are actually out here? Do you have an official account on that yet?
We have not gotten an official account. Just looking around right now, I would suspect that we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 to 10 different units represented out here. And it's a very large variety. I mean, as you notice, we have SENG. People probably don't commonly think of that as emergency response, but when the event of a disaster, these are the gentlemen that are out there while we're safely tucked at home, are out working in the streets, keeping our power on for us.
Yeah, with all the agencies here, what do you hope the students can get out of today?
I want the students to become familiar with the agencies that are available to them in the event of a disaster, to get familiar with the equipment, the individuals that provide the service, and hopefully maybe spark a career path in that area, that this might interest them enough that they might want to reach out and serve their own community.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
You're very welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Amerlin. Why are you out here today?
Well, what we want to do is promote public safety. And when you say public safety, you think of police and fire, but no. Public safety is a round broad of a lot of things. This is Aiken County preparedness wagon if we have a major emergency. You bring the wagon out. They have a lot of access through computers, telephones, weather conditions. They can do a lot of things. You have your sheriff and city police departments. They work the perimeters of a lot of major calls, major disasters. As you move around, you can look. You have South Carolina Electric and Gas. 90% of the time, if you have a house fire, you have a bad wreck, you hit telephone poles, or you have a disaster, they're out, but nobody knows it. And that's the good thing about it, is getting to know these people, understand what they do, and everybody has to play a certain part. And if they don't play that part, it's like a puzzle. If you're missing a piece of a puzzle and it's kind of in the middle, the puzzle don't look very good. Can't really tell what it is. But if you got all the pieces together and all the pieces playing a part, then it all comes together as a whole. And knowing these people, knowing how to pick up the phone and who to contact, and the camaraderie that you build, the friendships that you build, and you can look at the fire departments. You got Langley Fire Department, Midland Valley, you got Aiken County, which is Sage Mill out by Bridgestone, you got GVW Fire Department, you got Belvedere's forestry truck. Each one of these vehicles do different things. The forestry truck, they fight woods fires. They go out to small calls like a trash can fire, a dumpster fire. Could be their extrication truck. They might go on a bad wreck. They go on a bad wreck. They have their extrication tools. They can cut people out of cars so the ambulance gets there, and then they'll put them on the backboard, put them on the stretcher, put them in the ambulance, and get them to the hospital. So, everybody here has their hand in the pool. If one of these gentlemen walked up and I needed some help, all I'd have to do is I'd say, Paul, grab this stretcher here, help me here. He wouldn't think twice about it.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for 40 years.
40 years. Do you love it?
40. I love it. If you can't tell by the excitement in my voice, I was a police officer and a public safety officer with the city of Aiken for 28 years. Before that, I was a police officer in Graniteville and a volunteer firefighter. I've been fighting fire since 1973, and I just turned 60 years old. So it's in my blood, it's in my heart. And I try to get to know all these people because now that I'm the chief of Graniteville, it's my job. I want to know who I can pick up the phone and call, somebody that's real important. So that's why it's special to me. I've been here, born here and raised here, and I like to meet everybody. I try not to have an enemy. I want to meet everybody. I want to be my friend.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem at all.
What's your name?
My name's Joey Patsarakis.
Okay, and how long have you been involved in the law enforcement?
I've been in law enforcement for 28 years. I've been in the fire service probably about 30 years.
Do you love what you do?
I absolutely love it.
That's great. What does September 11th signify for you and your community?
It's basically a memorial for, what happened on September 11th while our first responders with the towers when they got hit by the airplanes, and just to show our respect for them and to show the appreciation for all the fire, EMS, and people who actually are out there protecting our lives and the community.
Well, so you do love what you do?
I do. I absolutely love it.
That's great. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Matthews. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
How are you?
I'm great. How long have you been involved in the service of?
Well, I'm the emergency management director for Aiken County. I've been the director now for about a year and a half, but I've worked in emergency management for probably about 12 or 15 years now.
Do you love what you do?
I love what I do. It's an amazing profession. I interact with people from all walks of life.
That's great. And you said, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for, all in all, I was a volunteer as a ham radio or amateur radio operator for emergency communications before I actually got involved in this. So I've probably been doing this for probably about 30 years now. I actually responded to Hurricane Hugo years ago, back in the late 80s. So I've been doing it a long time.
What does September 11th signify for you?
Preparedness. We all need to be prepared. One of the main things that I do in emergency management is tell people on a sunny day like this, when we don't have to worry about floods or other weather-related incidents, we need to be making a plan. We need to make sure you got plenty of food and water at your house. Have an emergency plan for your family. Have a communications plan. So if the communications aren't working in this area, how are you going to get word to your family that you're safe? So there's a lot of good resources on the web that people can go to. One is ready.gov. It's a government website. Has a lot of good information.
Do you love what you do?
I love what I do. It's a great profession.
That's great. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.